What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So, I want to let you all in on a little secret. We just recorded the best episode.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
it was.
It was so incredible.
We were deep. It was good convos, man. It was good conversation. And then we find out.
Yeah, that Mr. Microphone Check never put the mic on.
This guy.
I don't mean to point fingers.
You kind of did, though. You just literally went to this guy, Mr. Microphone Guy.
I don't mean to point fingers at anyone, but you know, whole show. I don't even know. It was a good one.
It was good.
Not only was it good, it was so good after the show.
Yeah.
We discussed how good it was. We were
did.
so proud of. Wow, that was a great episode. We hit on a lot of good things. And then we go to shut down everything, the lights, cameras, action. The mic was never on.
But the key word that you use with me is you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh and you gotta fill the glass again.
Fill the glass.
So
cheers, man. Come
so
on.
this is episode 4.5.
4.5 or 2.5 or whatever.
So Shane said, hey, let's just do it tomorrow. And I said, let's just get it done, man.
Yeah, so we're on it.
Let's just get it done. So here we are, episode 4.
Yeah.
And what...
So we're going to talk about boundaries, right? We're going to talk about boundaries. We're going to talk about we are in a space of needing boundaries in our journey.
Yes.
To be healthy, to lose weight, to do all those things. How he and I have talked a lot about how we need that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But,
yeah.
But I think the first thing we want to talk about is you, my friend.
Yes.
And this guy right here, if you know or saw on any of the social media platforms, this guy was down in Providence, Rhode Island this morning, bright and early. What time? 6 o'clock?
I get there before anyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's there right when the doors are open and everything.
Yeah.
To record his TV show. Not his TV show.
Wait a second. You got a little crazy.
It's your spot, though. It's your spot.
A little crazy. So So for those of you that don't know, if you don't know, if you're just the first time you're tuning in, or you only know me from here.
Yeah.
And you just think I'm some dude talking. My whole thing is the food that I make.
Right.
So, although I have no culinary background,
Nope.
you know, I'm not like professionally trained. You know, I worked at a fast food restaurant when I was a kid.
Right.
That's about it. But I'm definitely a professional eater.
Yeah.
So I came up with some great recipes. Anyway, long story short is I've been lucky enough to be a regular. Well, I've been out there 4 times.
Oh, you're a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a local New England TV show called The Road Show in Rhode Island.
Yep.
And they have me do a couple of segments in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And today I was out there and
dude, think about that though. That's pretty awesome. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You're making some recipes with some protein powders, some lower calorie items, some things you're trying to be able to put together to feel like you're just eating a good sized waffle, some bird balls, whatever. And he's been on a TV show now 4 times.
Yeah.
To be able to go on there and show you where it is. And if you haven't seen it, this apple pie, the atomic
apple pie, yeah,
is to die for. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Shane enjoyed some tonight. I mean, I whipped one up for him. He was on his way here. We got a late start today. Not only did we get a late start today, this is take 2.
But we're double videoing. That's right, man. Listen, we just wanted to get warmed up. That's all it was.
Man, we're never gonna. That was the one. That was like the one that was gonna put us over the edge.
We're never getting that back.
That the video that we just had, the episode we shot with no sound, the silent video that we shot. That was like the one. That was the one that someone was gonna say.
Those are the guys.
Those guys. They got something to say.
Except this is what we look like.
We were gonna get 4,000 watch hours, and we were gonna get 10,000 subscribers off of that one episode. It's lost forever.
It's lost forever, but I got to eat an atomic apple pie. That's all that matters.
So I whipped up an apple pie for my buddy.
Yeah.
I cooked that today on the road show. It's what I do is I take all the fat kid food that got me unhealthy and overweight, and I make it work in this new lifestyle that I have.
Yeah.
And I share it with people, and you know, and maybe it helps you. Maybe you're like, nah.
I don't know, man.
But
I don't know of many people that when they try the stuff that you make, I don't know of many that have said ever, I'm not really a big fan.
It's not for everybody, but you know what? I know everyone has different, you know.
But you can tweak it a little bit, right? Sometimes.
Here we go again.
Oh, yeah. By the way, on the first episode, like, we're going to keep on referring back to it. This guy right here keeps on saying, you know. So he told me I got to smack him upside the head every time he says, you know. So if I smack him upside the head, you know what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, well, let me explain to you why. So I go back and I watch the episodes that we've done, and episode 3 especially, I've noticed I say, you know, a lot.
So it's like a filler almost. It's almost like one of those things of just maybe
like an
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I used to say all the time.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's all I hear. So when I go back and watch the past episode 3, not episode 4. This is episode 4.5.
4.5.
All I hear is you know, and I'm like, what a jerk.
Well, we gotta fix that, man. We're doing it.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be aware of that.
Yeah.
But
so the first thing we're gonna do before we get into
Shane's all business right now.
big stuff, right?
Shane's all business.
I know. I'm trying to move us forward here.
He wants to move on. He's like, all right, let's get this done. I'm done. Come on, it's late.
No, because I'm the mic guy, so I'm pretty much the one.
Nah, don't worry about it.
No.
Let's go.
All right.
4.5.
All right, so 4.5, we were going to talk about some questions that were submitted by you guys.
Yes.
We really appreciate all of the feedback, some of the things you did on Instagram to be able to send us some questions and gave us some really good things to think about. So we're going to go through a few of them right now to be able to talk about it and answer them.
This is killing me right now.
What's that?
Because we answered all these questions.
We did answer the questions already. That's all right, though. That's good.
So these questions were from Instagram.
Yeah.
The 2 kitchen tables and a microphone Instagram page.
Yep.
It's just another place where you guys can contact us, send us questions, messages, whatever. Just another place.
Yep.
So check us out there too if you're on the gram.
The gram.
The gram. I'm so hip.
You are hip. I don't know about that.
So hip. Patricia DeSanti. She says, do you self-sabotage? And do you have any suggested solutions for it?
Yeah, so we talked about it a little bit earlier too, about the fact that sabotaging is something that I think a lot of people do. I mean, a lot of people, first of all, what is sabotaging and what do you do when you sabotage yourself? And I think everybody out there knows exactly kind of what you do whenever you kind of self-sabotage or throw yourself under the bus or get into a really bad situation of whatever you're in. I don't think there's one definitive answer for everybody, but I think that there's answers that that works for us.
Self-sabotage is kind of a weird phrase for me anyway, because I just call it a mistake.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I guess do I self-sabotage? No. Like I feel like
But do you know you make the mistake when you're doing it? That's the key, right?
Yeah.
So the sabotage piece, you know you're doing something that you're doing something wrong.
Wow, you're deep.
Right?
You're deep.
Right? Think about that, right? I think that's what she's asking.
All right, so
you're going to a moment that you know what you're doing. How do you stop yourself from knowing what you're doing that you're doing it?
Yeah,
right?
I can't stop myself.
Me neither.
I do it.
Me neither.
So
me too.
I do it, and then I just move on from there. Man, this is deja vu. All right, so so I'm gonna take it. So for an example.
Yep.
I will. There we go again. I will. We're having a holiday dinner. Everyone's at the house. I'm not eating the cake.
Yep.
Because I'm making great decisions all day. I feel good. It's not really my thing. It's not my favorite cake. I don't really need it. But it's there. It's in front of me all day, and I see it, and everyone's enjoying it and talking about the cake. The family leaves. We pack it up. Everyone's leaving the house. The folding tables go in the attic. The chairs are put away. We clean in the house.
The dust is settling.
Dust settles. The kids are in bed. My wife is off doing something else.
The stockings are hung on the chimney with care.
And then it's me and the cake in a dark room. The dark kitchen room. The lights are off.
This is you and it.
You and me and the cake.
At you. Yep.
Me and the cake.
Yep.
And that's when trouble happens.
Right.
I'm not hungry.
No.
But for some reason, my face is in that cake.
Right.
I'm eating it in the dark, hunched over.
Right.
I know that somebody.
Oh, I've been there many times.
So.
Yep.
That's sabotage.
Yeah.
What do I do? I can't stop myself in the moment. I never have been able to.
Yep.
But what I have learned to do is to stop.
Right.
I can't stop the action, but I can I can't stop the initial action, but I can stop it.
Right.
So, all right.
Don't go too far.
I shoved a bunch of cake in my face.
Right.
Get a hold of yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Move on. It's okay. Forgive yourself and move on.
Yeah.
In the past, I couldn't do that. In the past, it would just be, I would continue to shove it in my face and hate myself every bite.
Yeah. I think I'm in the same boat. I can't necessarily tell myself in the beginning stages of whenever it's going through, whenever I know what I'm doing, because all of us know what we're doing. We're all looking at it. We're going, okay, so it's like John said, it's me and you, it's you and me. Here's the cake, and you know exactly what you're doing. You know where you're at with it. John said maybe midway through, he goes, okay, I got to stop this, right? Maybe I'm all done with that. Some people are able to stop before, right? Mm-hmm. So some people might use things like, why am I trying to be healthy? Maybe my whys are really important to me. Maybe that's the focus that they have to put it on. For me, the most important part of it is no matter where you're at, in the beginning, in the middle, or in the end, wherever you're at with it, even if you ate the whole cake, to be honest with you, even if you ate the whole thing, right?
I've eaten the whole cake off the floor. Like, I gotta just tell you this story.
Oh man, here we go.
I was making a cake. Now this was a cake that was it was lower in calories. It was low in sugar and stuff, but it was still a cake.
Right.
You know, and it was a whole cake.
Yeah.
And I took it out of the oven, and I only had one oven mitt on, and my other finger like hit the pan, and I dropped the whole cake on the floor.
Was it like in slow motion for you?
Yeah, it was.
Was it like no?
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh man,
you gotta be kidding me. I already typed out this recipe. I'm ready to share it with everybody. I just dropped the whole cake on the floor. It was a lemon blueberry cake. It was lemon blueberry bars.
Oh man,
yeah, it was a good one.
Sounds good.
And it was when I was working a lot with regular box cake mix.
Yeah.
Like the sugar-free mix or whatever it was.
Right.
It was probably like one of those basic recipes: yellow cake mix, 7-Up.
Right.
You know, a couple other things in there. Anyway,
it's a full cake on the floor.
It was a big cake, and it smelled incredible.
Yeah.
And man, I was like, let me taste how it was anyway.
Let me take out the little.
Let me take the cake off the floor that's steaming hot on the dirty kitchen floor, and just sample it. And that sample turned into, and I gotta say, I ate 3/4 of a cake off the floor. That was hot, right, and crumbled on the floor. I've done it.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, though.
That's okay, man. You can laugh at me.
Do you remember the episode of Seinfeld? Remember when George Costanza goes and he grabs the eclair? I've done it. I've done that.
I've done it too, man.
So I relate.
I've done it too.
So my point is no matter where you're at, no matter what you've done, no matter where you're at, if you ate the whole cake, the key to it is afterwards. Yes. After you're done,
yes.
If you can put the stops on and put the brakes on and say, okay, you know what? Okay, I did it. Yeah. I own it. Mm-hmm. It's mine. Yes. I understand it. Now, what do I do from this point moving forward?
Right. So now it's time to just forgive yourself. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay you did that. It's all right. It does not make you a horrible person.
No. Even though I feel like it.
Right. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay, and it does not erase all the great decisions you've made all day long. It doesn't erase everything you did all week. It doesn't erase what you're going to do tomorrow.
Right.
It doesn't erase what you're going to do the next moment in time. What you're going to do? Are you going to
right
after you eat that cake? Are you going to go in the fridge and start eating turkey legs and,
right.
and open up a couple of beers or whatever right. it is? Right there, you forgive yourself and you move on and you stop making better decisions.
I love that. I love that. I love that. You've got to forgive yourself. That matters.
You got to do it. And it took me years to get there. Years of...
Because I don't think I do that enough. I don't do that enough. I don't. I think I get into it and I'm like, oh.
No, it's just, that's how we're built, man. We're human, that's the way we are, but...
and I don't know if that really helped your question about the self-sabotaging, but I do feel that whatever stage that you're in, and whatever decisions that you make, it's the reflection point afterwards, to be honest with you, because you're going to have those moments. Everybody's going to have them. We're all going to have them. Just know in the back end, if you can learn from it and be able to either move on or be able to just say, okay, I'm clean slated, I'm all set, I'm good to go, make that mindful decision and move on, I think that'll matter and that'll help. That does me anyway. It helps me.
So the next question is, why didn't Shane check to see if the mic was on?
The volume? The volume? Well, I can answer that. Because I forgot to push the button. That's exactly what happened.
I'm going to tell you, I walk down here and Shane. So usually it takes Shane a little bit.
It does.
So Shane's a setup guy.
I am.
Right. He sets up the lights. He sets up the camera.
Right.
I sit down and I watch him usually. It takes him a few minutes to do. I walked in here tonight and he was sitting there waiting for me. Like, well, are you ready?
I was, and I was cocky about it.
And I said, "You already ready to go?"
He's like, you got done that fast? And I went, yeah.
Come on, let's go. I'm getting good at this. That's exactly what he said. I'm getting good at this. I said, all right. So
I did say that.
All right, that wasn't really a question.
It's a good jab though that he throws at me because that was, a good question.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
All right, next question.
Next question.
From who?
These are all from Instagram. Diana Carly.
Nice.
So Diana, I recognize her in the picture because her husband's in the picture with her.
Oh, nice. Yep.
She's local, Massachusetts.
Nice.
And I know that because I met her husband.
You did?
I did. I met her husband. Let me tell you a story. I don't know if you heard this story before.
Tell me now. Let's go.
So I'm gonna tell you a story.
Yeah. Good.
So I go every year for the past, 6 or 7 years. I go with a bunch of my buddies to this benefit at the shrine is put it on.
Yep.
And it's to help pay for medical transportation for children who are seriously burned.
Okay.
To get proper care or take them to where the right doctors or whatever it is, or emergency transportation. Anyway,
so really,
it's a great cause. They raise so much money. It's called the Smokers Steak Dinner, and it's a cigar smoking dinner. I mean, everyone's lighting up, smoking cigars. It's for people that are seriously burned. So it's a little strange.
That's a little. It's a
great
weird.
cause, but it's always kind of a little like.
But it raises good money.
It does. They do great. So anyway, it's kind of funny. But you know what? What's even funnier is where I'm going to go now. Is we're sitting at a table.
Yeah.
With a couple of my buddies. We go every year, and we're sitting with some other gentlemen, local guys. They're another funny thing. They're firefighters.
Okay.
We're at the smokers
so you're
for the burn.
Smokers for the burn victims, and they're firefighters.
So yeah, I see this gentleman. He's we introduce us. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, nice to meet you. We're sitting down. Everyone's talking to one another, and I see this one gentleman. He keeps looking at me. He's staring at me, and I'm like, this guy keep looking at me. He's looking at his phone. He's talking to his buddy, pointing.
I'd be a little freaked out.
So he's introduces himself. Now, if I remember correctly, he's the chief of the fire department.
Oh, wow.
And he says, hey, are you a mud hustler? And I'm like, yeah. And
okay, stop right there. What did you really think at that moment in time?
I'm like,
how do you know mud hustler?
So I'm like, this guy, I didn't think that, he's like a grizzly, fit guy,
Right.
Hey, you mud hustler? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I gotta get a picture with you. I gotta get a picture with you because my wife is not gonna believe that I'm sitting at the table with Mud Hustler. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's awesome.
And all his buddies are like laughing and they're talking. And he's like, yeah, I make bird balls for all these guys at the fire department once a week. And all these guys are like, oh man, I love your recipes. Crazy.
That's crazy. Awesome.
So we take the selfie, he sends it to his wife. It's just a funny little story. And there's a lot of little stories like that. And it's amazing how many people, by just sharing my story and sharing what I'm doing with people, that it's helping and people recognize it. It's pretty cool.
Dude, you shared bird ball recipe. You made meatballs that are healthy. Right? Think about that. You made meatballs, and all you're doing is trying to make it for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's how this all started.
Look what it's doing.
Look, here we are, the two of us, these two jerks over here. Take two. In the basement, in the middle of the night, it's late.
Yeah, it's late.
Take two. Here we are.
Yep.
We're talking to a camera, hoping that someone's going to listen.
I know. Hoping the microphone's working.
Hoping that we're going to help some people out there.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
I love it. I love it.
It helps us.
Yep.
And that's the way it is. It's like we're just being us.
Yeah.
Sharing our story, sharing what works for us, trying to help other people. Hopefully it helps, and it does, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so many great opportunities have have come through it.
You got a firehouse in Massachusetts.
That's crazy.
That makes bird balls for the boys.
What? I don't know if I set the let me set the scene. Did I set the scene?
Okay.
Let me set the scene.
All right,
We're in like a.
We're doing a Scooby Doo like reverse thing.
We're in like an airplane hangar, right?
Okay. All right.
It's a cigar dinner.
Right.
They're serving scotch and bourbons.
Yeah.
They're doing auctions.
Right.
It's all dudes.
Right.
Everyone's smoking cigars.
Right.
We're eating
filled
big
with cigar smoke.
steaks.
Oh yeah.
And I got this guy. Hey, you mud hustler.
That's incredible. That blows my mind.
Crazy.
Blows my mind.
Crazy. So anyway,
That's awesome.
let me
That's Diana.
Let's get to the question.
Diana. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Have either one of you guys tried the Headspace button on the homepage of the WW app? That's Weight Watchers. For all you people not in the know.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. It's like a nice pep talk or meditation to get you through emotional eating or feeling overwhelmed. Check it out and give us your thoughts.
Well, I haven't checked it out yet.
I haven't either.
No, I haven't seen it yet,
No.
but I will. I'll check it out, and I'll be able to make comments or be able to kind of share my thoughts around it. I kind of do that already with Coffee Talk on Liquid Shano, where we talk about pep talks and headspace stuff and all that stuff.
Oh,
yeah?
You do that?
On my Coffee Talk, on my podcasts. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I'm going to do a really quick plug. All right? A quick plug.
You know what would be cool?
What's that? What's that? Coffee Talk with Liquid Shano.
You know what would be cool? Imagine if there was a link on the Weight Watchers app to Coffee Talk. You are a Weight Watcher. Excuse me. The WW.
I'm a WW.
You are a WW, right? You're a WW?
I'm a WW.
I think you might be an original WW bro.
I'm an OG WW bro.
If you don't know what that is, that's the original dudes. That's the movement. You see us right here. We're responsible for a lot of it.
We're part of the movement.
Anyway, how cool would it be if they supported one of their own?
I don't know.
Hey, this one of our members. He was in a couple of our commercials.
I was.
Weren't you?
I was.
This guy is talking about me doing local TV. He's on national commercials.
I was.
For WW.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to walk my family on the beach, and it was pretty awesome.
And you got a podcast that deals with this Headspace stuff. How cool would it be if they were like, hey, I'm gonna promote one of my own here. Let me help this guy out.
Outside of that, go check it out. Go check it out. Go check out.
Sorry, I shouldn't go there. All right. That ain't happening.
So we will check out the Headspace thing, and we'll let you know what we think, Diana. We'll
definitely check it out. Yep. I think it's great that they're offering more things like this.
Yeah.
Talk,
Absolutely.
If it helps somebody,
right,
that's all that matters.
All that matters.
All right, Ollie's Girl 419. Do you guys know people with autism? Because I have that in my seizures, and I have seizures that tend to get me into terrible loops. My hubby tries to help me with them, but he has trouble, immense trouble. Trying to find ways for him to help me be healthy.
Okay.
So, do you guys know people with autism? So, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of us know somebody are affected by, somebody in your family or someone you know is on the spectrum. Definitely.
Yeah, what's interesting, what I love what you said there, it was Ollie's Girl, you said? Ollie's Girl. So here's the thing. What I love about what you said is that you have a husband that really is trying to help you through, trying to get you the support that you need, those kind of things. Mm-hmm. We all need that part of it, right? The other portion of this whole entire thing to think about, especially with autism or any kind of things like this, is that sometimes the best advice that I can give to anybody like that even though knowing somebody with autism or, relating to them, everybody's story is so different. Everybody responds to things differently. Everybody, if you try to help, sometimes maybe the help isn't necessarily warranted or reciprocated or really wanted right at that moment in time. So you need to lean in on some of those people that maybe your doctor or different people to be able to help out with that. But I know that that everybody's different, right?
Yeah,
everybody's different.
Autism presents itself differently for everybody.
Yeah.
My oldest son is on the spectrum, and he's totally different than Ollie's Girl. I'm sure her the way she's on the spectrum probably presents itself differently.
Right.
So it's also different and intricate in everybody.
So many layers and levels.
But there are so many people affected by it, and it's more. It's when we were kids, You never heard about it.
No.
Because
you
it wasn't diagnosed.
The problem kid.
Yeah, a behavior problem or whatever it is. But no, it's very alive and well, and it's all over the place.
Right, it's pretty wide. And, to be honest with you, like I said, keep fighting, right? Keep fighting and doing the things you need to do. Work with your husband and really come up with a plan together to keep moving forward, to be in that healthy lifestyle, because it's an important part of it too, is to be healthy with it too.
And it's great that you guys are a team and doing it going through it together.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Support matters. Yep.
Oh, okay. I hear Opie at the door. That's trouble.
Uh-oh.
Crystal MC.
MC.
Crystal. So Crystal is a Mud fan. I recognize her face, and here she is. She's also a fan of Two Kitchen Tables and Microphone.
Yeah.
Because she's on the Instagram. So that's cool. Thanks for the support, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal.
What self-talk do you use when standing on the edge of falling off the wagon? What words make you walk away?
So for me, I know it relates a little bit back to what we were talking about before, about knowing what you need to say to yourself if you want to stop, or what you say afterwards. For me, what matters to me, and this just helps me a lot of those times when I'm about to fall off the wagon, and to falling off the wagon is so different now. It really is. Because back in the day, falling off the wagon was me as I was going into a week-long, 2-week, 3-week binge of eating everything that was in front of me, like going crazy and doing all those things. So falling off the wagon now for me a lot of times is a one-day decision of what I'm going, okay, I'm going to eat this and I'm good with it. I ate what I ate and all those things. But to stop those things from happening, I can't. Like we talked about earlier, it's something that if life happens or something's happening or like we go out to dinner, or I might go out with other friends or whatever, and we're out to dinner and I'm going to eat some Chinese food or some good food that's there, and I want to be able to enjoy myself. I enjoy myself, right? Yeah. It's the stuff afterwards that matters to me. I don't necessarily feel like I have to stop, right? At that moment in time, as long as I'm mindful after. Because if I feel like I have to stop, then guess what happens? I feel like I'm restricting myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm telling myself, you can't have that. You know what that matters? You know what that does to me? Yeah. Is I'm that little kid that looks up at that cookie jar and you say you can't have the cookies? I'm going to fight like hell to get up on that thing to get the cookie jar. Yeah. I'm going to climb on chairs, over the top of like kitchen tables and everything. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's great. That's an awesome take on it. Good perspective.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I don't think in the moment I have like something I can say to myself, or I usually, like you said, it's after.
Right.
So it's after. I don't have like a I better call Shane.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Shane and be like, dude, I'm about to eat this. I'm about to eat this poo-poo platter right now. What do I do? Usually it's like, dude, I just had a full pad thai and a poo-poo platter by myself.
But here's the difference, though, is that if you do call me and you say that you did have the poo-poo platter, that also matters to have that support group afterwards to be able to say, dude, help me. Like, seriously, I just dove into a poo-poo platter. Yeah. What can I do here? And you're like, listen, shake it off. Shake it off. Let's move on. Let's do what we got to do.
That's important. So surround yourself with people who are going to support you and lift you up and tell you, hey, man, straighten it out.
Right.
Stop making better decisions. I'm surrounded by so many of those people, whether it's Shane, whether it's my wife, because she'll stop me.
Yeah.
She'll stop me before the action happens. Yeah. But I can't stop myself. So she might see me and be like, dude, slow down, slow your roll. Calm down, buddy.
Right. Exactly.
Get yourself on, get yourself together.
All right, so those are the questions that we had, and thank you so much for entering those and submitting those questions. We love hearing from all of you.
Send us questions.
It matters to us, man. It really gives us good content to talk about, and it really helps us to be engaged with you guys.
Yeah, we want to talk about what you guys want to hear.
Right, exactly. So after the questions here, we're going to talk about the like we talked about in the opening statement here, about the fact of needing boundaries, right? Needing boundaries in our diet plans, needing boundaries and everything. So I'm going to open it up and just be honest and just kind of like let it out there and talk about the fact that we were having a discussion earlier about the fact that I need to be on a diet. I need to have some structure around what I'm trying to do in my journey. I know that's what works for me. So for me, whether it's calories, whether it's content, whether it's points, whether it's whatever it is that you're doing, if you know what works for you, which I know what works for me, I need to stay focused on that piece of it. I need to be told, here's the boundaries that you need to be in. This is where you're at. And I need you to be there to be able to be focused around that and to be successful. That's my own opinion. I know you had a great conversation today.
I did.
Around allotted money and everything else.
Yeah.
So tell us more about that.
So what we're basically talking about is both of us are WWs.
WWs.
The WWs. Now that's Weight Watchers.
Yes.
So they've changed their name to WW.
Yeah, you probably saw it on the news.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, you didn't.
Because there's a lot of really important stuff going on in the world today. But if you did, so that was a big name change for them. It's now, they're focusing on wellness, which is great.
Right.
We're talking about losing weight.
Yep.
And having a checks and balances system.
Right.
In order to, for people like Shane and I who need that.
Right.
There was a big change last winter.
Yeah, December timeframe. Yep.
Where the program changed from what they were doing was Smart Points to Freestyle. Still same Smart Points system, but now there's over 200 foods that you don't have to track, measure, count.
Free. They're free.
They're 0-point foods.
Right.
They're not free.
I know.
Nothing's free in this world, kid.
You tell me it's free, or you tell me it's 0, that means it's free to me.
Yeah, well...
Right?
It's some great food, some great choices.
Right.
Lean meat, lean chicken, like chicken breast, fish,
yep.
Eggs, all great choices.
Yep.
Corn, bunch of vegetables, beans,
yep.
Fruits, great stuff, all good stuff.
Right.
All stuff that I was already eating.
Right. Yep.
That had a point value.
Right. They had a numerical value to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm going to talk about the point. So a point system for me is like balancing a checkbook.
Yep.
Or like it's easy to when you talk about money. So say you had $400 for your budget for the day, and you had to here's your money for the day. Now get through the day. You don't want to go over your budget because you don't have any money. So that's it. You get $400. Here you go. Spend it how you will.
Spend it wisely.
You're gonna learn. Obviously, you might make a bad choice. You might spend a little too much on something, and then you have less in your pocket to spend later on something else.
Yep.
Same thing with the point system. So you learn that, man. Well, I just ate 16 points worth of pizza when I could have made much better choices, and those choices would affect you throughout the day, where you'd be able to eat more, make better choices, feel full, all that stuff.
Yep.
Same thing with if it was cash. You know what I mean? You go out and you spend all your money on, Shane likes to spend all his money on.
I have no idea.
I was gonna say hookers.
I was gonna say, but listen, don't listen to what this guy says. I spend my money on nothing.
He spends all his money on gold chains. I'm just kidding. He doesn't. Let's just say, for instance, Shane does that. Now he's broke. He's got no money.
I got no 450.
He needs to put gas in his truck to drive home to Maine.
Right.
But he just bought this big gold chain and he can't do it now. So now what?
I'm rolling.
So it's the same thing. So it's great. I need that. I need to balance a checkbook. I need that budget.
It's structure. Yep.
I need that structure.
Yep.
That works for me.
Me too.
That works for you.
Me too.
That works for a lot of people. That was something that I really valued about this weight loss program, and that's what I'm going to call it, because I didn't join. I joined because I wanted to get healthy, but I needed ultimately to lose weight.
Right. Yes.
And I needed to live a sustainable lifestyle that I could continue to live and make these choices.
Yep. And
budget myself. At least that's where I'm at. I mean, there's some people who are past that, and they're like, I don't need the budget anymore. I know what to do.
Right.
I know what a good portion size is.
Yep.
I know, this is a better choice. I'm not there yet.
Right.
I mean, that's just me.
I loved where you talked earlier about the fact that you had with the new program, with the over 200 foods you were talking about, is like a credit card.
Yeah,
right?
so
you were talking about. I love that.
So it was
good.
I say some smart things.
I'm telling you, man, this guy's he's got.
So the way I look at it now, what Freestyle did was they cut your daily points,
Right.
But you have this big list of 0-point foods that you can have.
Yeah, so your budget went from $450 to $250, right?
Right. Let's say for instance, so you had $400 for the day. Now you get $250.
Right.
But here's a Visa card.
Yep.
No payments, no interest for a year.
None.
So here's your $250, but here's that credit card too.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna start charging up on that card, right?
All day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
And you're gonna pay for it later. So
Yes.
that's the way I look at it with Freestyle. So, and I'm not saying it because I don't like change.
Right.
I was following that system.
You worked it for 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Well,
Like
not only
at
that,
first.
I've been off and on for over a decade. I've
That's
been
true.
using. I mean, I was with the Slider. I was with the Points
Right,
Plus. I
right.
was with Spot Point. When they first rolled out Simply Film. I was, and I get it. Not everyone likes change. This isn't about not liking change.
Right.
It's about the change isn't working for me.
Yep.
Right. I gave it 6 weeks. I was very vocal. I'm always pretty transparent about.
You are.
That's what I do. I just share. So I gave it 6 weeks. I was gaining weight. I gained 9 pounds in the 6 weeks.
Right.
Following it the way it was intended. And I looked at what I was eating, and I was consuming more 900 or more calories per day.
On top of everything else, right? So I mean, it was like extra calories that you were
That was
eating.
900 more than what I typically would do in a day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
Yep.
I'll give you an example. For instance, my breakfast. We'll start with breakfast. One of my famous recipes, something that I enjoy all the time, is called the Big Ass Waffle. 3 points.
Right.
Okay. And it's made with 3 points worth of, food items.
Right. Ingredients and products and egg whites. Right.
So one of egg whites were 0 points.
Right. Exactly.
And it was egg whites were in the recipe. Now I'm gonna use the whole egg.
Right.
The whole egg's 0 points.
Because it's free or 0. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not free.
I know.
Not free, brother.
I know.
So
Even though it's called freestyle, I'm just saying. But go ahead. Go ahead.
So now instead of 15 calories, I'm adding 75 or 85 calories with that egg.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But I'd also have that big ass waffle, and I'd have maybe a little omelet or some eggs with it on the side.
Yep.
And before I was eating 2 eggs and an egg white with my big ass waffle.
Right.
Now I'm eating 3 or 4 eggs because they're 0 points.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
And I have to. I'm hungrier now because you could say you took that cash away from me. So not only I have to budget it. So I'm gonna eat more of those 0 points foods. And
Yes.
why shouldn't I eat them? They're good choices.
Right.
But they're also, they're filled with calories.
I agree.
And whatever else, So that's just breakfast. So you do that throughout the day,
Right.
and then you take a look. And I started I was calculating everything. I saw what I was doing. I was consuming a lot more calories.
Yeah, me too. And for me, it was all about, it's a mental thing for me. It's completely a mental thing for me. If you tell me at the end of the day, hey, you can have chicken breasts, eggs, and corn. And you know what I'm going to do?
Sounds delicious.
I'm going to cook 4 chicken breasts in the pan. I'm going to cook 4 eggs, right? Make a scramble and throw a bag of corn in there because I'm like, it's 0 points. So
You just ate a whole meal.
Correct.
And you didn't use a point.
Not a single point.
You still have 30.
Right.
4 points, so 33 points for the
32,
day.
exactly. So I'm looking at
That's
that
amazing.
going, man, this is great.
What happens if you eat 3 meals like that?
Those calories add up and
Yeah,
add
but then
up
you
and
still
add
have
up.
all those points.
Right, it's 0 points.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So it's just not the right system for a lot of people.
Right.
And
It works for some.
it could work for you.
Yes.
You could be listening to me right now and be swearing.
You guys, it works for me, right?
You could be swearing at the YouTube right now. You could be unsubscribed.
No,
These guys are
don't
jerks.
unsubscribe.
No, we need you. Please stay here. even if you hate us.
Subscribe to us just because you hate us. I love it.
Yeah. See what we're gonna do next. We're gonna shit all over religion next week. No, so you know, I just want to be open and honest. I feel like it needs to be said, especially with these new big changes where you know the leaders are now wellness coaches, receptionists are now wellness guides, and I think it's great that getting into all the other stuff that goes along with the weight and the health.
Yep.
But I'd say, in my experience, that if you're going to WW, you're not going there for mental health.
Right. Nope. I agree.
I think you're going there because you have a problem with your weight and your eating, and you need a system that is going to help you.
You need structure.
You need support. You need accountability.
Yep.
That's me personally.
I agree.
I just hope that, because I think they do a lot of great things, and it's a great program, and I'll always promote it.
Yeah.
I hope they don't forget that there's a lot of people out there that need that help.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because the conversation sparked from the fact that we talk to a lot of folks on Instagram, on Facebook, on all of the different social media platforms that are also struggling with the fact that, okay, so I've been on this, right? And to be honest, just to be open and completely transparent, a lot of times what happens is it's worked for us, right? So WW has worked for us and we're working through it. I know I guys call it that, right? So it works for us and we're moving forward with it. But then when they make a change to it, if it doesn't work, we're afraid to speak up sometimes. And I'm not really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's because
it's loyalty or
a lot of people. I mean, listen. It's a great program.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a great program. It helps a lot of people. You need to follow the program. You pay a monthly fee.
Right.
You follow the program. You put in a lot of work. You put in a lot of time and effort. You make these great choices. You do all that stuff. Yes. You have. You're paying for a service, but you're putting the work in.
Right.
You don't owe anyone anything.
No. You do you.
Right. You do you. And there's a lot of loyalty involved. I mean,
I know.
I've been there.
I know.
I've been there. I mean,
me too.
But you know what? It's you who put that work in. It's you who made those great decisions. If something's not working for you, don't continue to do it out of loyalty.
Right. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Make the changes that are necessary.
If something's working for you, don't hate on the guy or the girl that it's not their thing.
So true.
It's not their thing. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing.
Right.
It might be a great thing for you. You're just talking to two guys that it's not a great thing for.
Right. Exactly.
So you know, you're not a bad person, and it doesn't make you wrong if it's just something that's not working for you. What do they say? If you continue to do the same thing expecting different results, it's a sign of like
insanity.
So yeah, you know,
but you know what, you bring up a great point though, John. What you said was,
you get touchy.
I know, I'm like, hey, check this out. I'm tapping him, telling me, saying too many you-knows, right? So
that's what it was. I know.
So you brought up a great point in saying that don't bash on other people because they may say, hey, this isn't working for me, right? And so that touches on a little bit what you posted the other day when you were at the gym, and you got into it. And you posted the post about let's support other people, let's lift each other up versus break each other down.
Yeah, man, and that's just,
I love that.
That's not just about being on a healthy lifestyle,
right?
About being, trying to lose weight. This has to do with just life in general,
right? It's so true.
It's so much easier. It doesn't take anything away from you. If someone's being successful in whatever it is, here Shane and I, we're on YouTube, we're just trying to get things going, we're trying to make it work, we're trying to put out some good content.
Right.
We're not super successful. There's so many people out there that are like killing it.
Right. Yep.
Does that mean that I can't cheer them on and I can't like or think that I might watch what they're doing and really see the content and really like it and be like, man, that's awesome, but screw them.
Right.
You know, because they're successful and I'm not where they are and I'd love to be there.
Right.
No, man, they would cheer them on.
Yep.
Cheer them on. And that's not just with business or with losing weight. It's just with anything. It's just if we're all cheering each other on, and I don't mean to be like high and mighty and you know, it's human nature to just compare yourself to other people.
I know. I do it all the time. Listen, I sit there and talk about making sure that I give back and I volunteer and I do all stuff and I talk about it through the podcast and everything else to go.
Yeah, I see you
give back to others, right?
I see you painting fences,
volunteering, right? All
picking up trash while I'm sitting on the couch. And I'm like, this guy's a jerk.
Yeah,
he's telling me I gotta go.
What's he doing?
I gotta go out there and volunteer.
What is he better than me? Seriously, right? Think about that though. That's human nature.
Yeah.
So, in all honesty, I know we're joking about it, but I might look at somebody else that might be doing something bigger or broader or grander, and I go like this. Wait a second. Well, so man, you know, I wish that I had as many followers as they did, as many likes as they have, or I look as good as they do, or I have as much money as they do. All this stuff. We compare so often.
We do.
And even though I preach not to, it's human nature. I do it all the time.
And you know what?
It's true.
You know what? That person that you're comparing yourself to is comparing themselves to someone else.
It's so true.
And because there's always someone that's
right.
You know, whatever it is that you're aspiring to have, or you see, whether it's, oh man, I wish I had that relationship, or I wish I had that car, or I wish my business was doing as well as theirs, or whatever it is, that person's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I wish I was doing as well as that guy was, you know, and it's, when you see this stuff, especially social media,
it's so easy to be judgmental.
You're seeing like the picture perfect stuff.
Right, that's true. It's true.
You're not seeing all the dirty stuff. You're seeing, you know, oh, look at they're on the beach.
Oh, look
they're
at them
smiling and they're happy. You didn't see the fight they just had in the car, and you know, and one kid's picking his nose and flicking it on the other one.
I got a chicken nugget thrown in my head.
The baby's crying, and they're behind on the mortgage payment, but here they are in paradise on a beach. You know, they just got in a big fight over, you know, whatever. You know, you didn't do this or you didn't do that or you forgot to send the bill or whatever it is. You don't see that stuff. You just say, oh, look at them.
They're so happy.
Look at the sunset. Look at they're on the beach. I hate them.
Yep.
I hate those people.
Right. Why are they so happy?
No. Just be like, you know what? Oh, what a beautiful sunset.
I love it. Hit the like button and say, I'm so happy for you.
That's awesome.
That's so great.
That's awesome as I sit with these gray skies. Right. You know, but I'm not seeing all that other stuff. You know what I mean?
No,
We're not seeing all that other stuff. So it's, you know, what is the saying? Don't let comparison be the thief of happiness.
Of joy, yeah. Yep.
Because that's exactly what it is.
Yep. I totally agree.
Not only that, let's just cheer each other on. It doesn't hurt to compliment someone. It doesn't hurt to, you know, whatever. You know,
lift each other up.
Lift each other up.
You know, it's interesting because I talk about it all the time with No Finish Line Nation. I think that's the one thing within the community that we created with No Finish Line Nation that matters is that 9 times out of 10, there may be 1 or 2 little situations that come up, but everybody lifts each other up.
They do, yeah. They do
it really matters. For the most part, people are like, listen,
but
I mean, there's some situations that occur, but you know.
But I don't know. I just want to say, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm the guy that's like, you know, hating on someone's recipe.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
Man, wow, this guy's really killing it. He just did all this work. How did he do that, man? I wish I came up with something like that.
Right.
I think it's great, but you know what?
Yeah.
Scroll right on by. Hate that guy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check him tomorrow and see what he's doing. Hate him. You know what? It doesn't hurt to be like, that's a killer recipe, dude. Right. I know I'm out here trying to do it, but you're doing it, and you're inspiring me. You know, I'm not gonna hate on you. It's not. Cheering someone else's success on is not going to take away from you being successful.
It's so true.
Let's all be successful. Let's all be on the same team.
And how would it make it feel if somebody's making a recipe that Mud Hustler then goes to them? Like, seriously, on a community of when you've got bird balls.
You know something? I know where you're going at.
It's a huge deal when you might say, hey, great job with that.
And I don't see it like that because I see it as just, I'm this dude.
I know.
That
it matters, though.
But I'll tell you something. There's been times when I've reached out to people on social media or somewhere, and I'll be like, that's a killer recipe. I love it. Oh my God, I'm drooling. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just commented on my recipe.
Yep.
You're like, I'm a huge fan. I love what you're doing. And I'm like, I wouldn't know that because you're not even. I didn't even know you're following me. I don't know you like because you're not liking my stuff either.
Right.
But you know what? It's like, it's all just. It's okay. It's okay if someone's doing better.
Totally agree. It's
okay if someone's hitting it out of the park.
Yeah.
And you're still, hitting foul balls. It's all right.
Right.
Talk to them. Maybe they can help you with your swing. You know what I mean? Let's just help. And I know I sound like this like high and mighty guy. I'm guilty of all this stuff.
Not at all. Not at all.
Let's just all like, for instance, and we talked about this earlier, but when you're on the same team, it's so much easier to like get through the hard stuff.
Yeah. I totally agree.
My experience with my wife, things could be going bad, whatever it is, money problems, health problems.
In the trenches, just
whatever it is, you're in the trenches. You guys you're supposed to be partners, and you're just butting heads.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at each other and be like, listen, we can get through this if we're both on the same team.
Yep.
And not butting heads.
Right.
It's just so much easier.
It's more powerful.
And that goes for everything and everybody.
I so agree. No, and when you say, no, it is deep. Like this is the quiet storm.
I'm telling you right now, I feel a little. I feel like I need a new title. I need a title, like
the Mud Hustler.
No, like I don't know. I was gonna say Senior Mud. That doesn't even make sense. But like, what do they call yoga people? Like, what are they, yogis or something? Should I be like
Zen Master? I'm like the Zen Master or something like that.
I feel like I'm on another level already.
Yeah, man, we're pretty deep tonight, guys.
I think it's time for. I think I might go meditate. Come on, light a candle. Get my yoga mat.
Yeah, but it matters. Listen, all the stuff that we're talking about matters, and I think that it matters to us. And when we're talking about, man, I love the fact that we talked about that because it matters when you invest in other people. And not only does it help them, not only does it help lift their spirits and get them to where they got to be. To be honest with you, it also helps us.
You grow.
Seriously,
you grow.
I feel like I'm on top of the world when I can make someone else smile and make them. I'm like, oh. What? I just made an impact like that?
I want to tell you, I want to say another quick story here, and I don't, you're the guy that edits these things, so I don't know. But now this is totally unrelated to food or anything that you and I are doing, but my cousin is a super successful DJ in the New England area. Super successful.
Yeah.
He had an emergency at a wedding. One of his DJs at a wedding during the event had to go to the emergency room. And everybody was out working. All his guys. He has all these guys working for him. The whole team's out doing weddings and events and everything. This poor person's wedding is they don't have a DJ. They don't have anyone that's running the show there. Right. It's not just a DJ. They're doing the lighting. They're doing all this stuff. Emergency. Ambulance gone. Another company steps up. Competitor steps up. Sends one of his guys over. Saves the day. Major competitor.
Yeah.
That's how it's got to be.
I agree.
That's how it's got to be.
That's pretty awesome.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's okay. There's plenty of room at the top. We can all go to the peak.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Great story, and I just remembered it.
That's pretty.
And it always stuck in my. And I was like, that's cool because it's cutthroat out there.
It is
with everything.
Yep.
With just your neighbor or your siblings, or all these things. It's like it's all right. It's okay if someone's doing better than you.
Right.
Cheer them on.
Lend a hand.
Be a fan.
Yep. I love it. I love it. It's great. We're pretty deep tonight, man. This is pretty awesome. It's the deepest I think we've ever been. Even on 4.0, we're at 4.5. We're getting even
tired. Deeper. We just did 2 deep episodes. One of them was like an Emmy Award winning. Did they do Emmys for you two?
It's Yumis? I don't know. Yumis?
Isn't that like for the porn industry?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Whatever it is, man. We like the lost episode. That's what we're gonna call it.
The lost episode.
That was like the best episode.
It was, but this was pretty good too.
That was high caliber.
It's pretty good.
Was okay.
It's pretty good.
This was. We should just hang it up.
So listen, guys. Listen, we love you. I really appreciate all of the comments, all the things you guys share with us.
Yes.
You guys have been sharing things with other folks to get people to subscribe, to like, to comment. Keep it coming. Keep the questions coming. We're so appreciative of it.
We love the feedback. We want to put out what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So don't be too mean though.
No, don't be mean.
Don't be mean.
I mean, you can be honest, but don't be mean.
No,
don't be mean.
Be on. Be gentle.
We're sensitive guys.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of teddy bears.
Yeah, big mushes.
All right, so that does it for episode 4.5. 4.5, right? Because we called it episode 4.0 before.
You'll never see the lost episode. It's gonna go in the archives. The silent film.
It is. If I ever post it, I'm gonna post it.
I know we should.
Black and white.
Oh my god, you've read my black and white episode, so look for that one day. The black and white silent episode.
It's
the
coming.
The killer. That was the best.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon.
We were just like on another level.
We read each other's mind again, man. It was great. All right, guys, we love you. We'll talk to you later, and that's the end of episode 4.5, right? See ya.
Later.